Hey everyone, today we're going to be testing the Mesa Strat. I've prepared 500 mesas in a quad tab here, and we're going to be doing that on stream for the day. And for those who aren't aware, the Mesa Strat basically involves running Mesa until you proc a Conqueror, and then for the rest of that Conqueror cycle, basically just running straight to the map boss, which spawns a short distance from the entry portal into a map, and this allows you to fast spawn Cirrus. So we're going to be basically testing how long you should expect this to take per Cirrus cycle, and also whether it's worth the amount of Horizon Orbs it costs to generate 500 mesas from a bunch of random tier 14 maps. So I wrapped up my Cirrus farming for the day. We did most of the Cirruses on stream, but I decided to continue off stream because I wanted to get to an even 15 Cirruses. This is all the notable loot that I got from doing the Cirrus farming, and this is kind of all the spare loot that was left over. Now, I got a very weird string of luck here. Out of 15 Cirruses, we got 8 Awakened Skill Gems all up, but only 1 Awakened Orb, and at the same time we got 4 Conqueror Exalts. Additionally, we have 2 Cortexes. I ended up getting 3 Cortexes all up today, so in some ways uncharacteristically lucky, and in other ways uncharacteristically unlucky, but I guess that's just the nature of things. I got it all ready on Excellence as well, but I've also prepared a spreadsheet, which I think we'll just use the spreadsheet to go through, since it shows kind of what the conclusions I want to draw from this. So I ended up taking 335 maps all up to, or 335 mesas, more specifically, to get 15 Cirruses, and that required 22.3 mesas per map. Now, the amount of time I'm using per Cirrus is an extrapolation based approximately off my faster times, so I got a time of 21 minutes today and another time of 19 minutes. Most of them took a lot longer than this. So all the data you're seeing here is based on the assumption that you are absolutely blasting and trying to really min-max the Mesa Cirrus farming strat. And so as you can see here, a further extrapolation of this is just that it took 300 minutes all up to get through all these maps and all these Cirruses. And my income was 4,378 chaos. So if you are buying your mesas for 10c each, like I did, your profit per hour is just under 2 exalts. So I wouldn't say it's really worth doing this strategy this way. Now, on the other hand, if you are Horizon Orbing into your mesas, so you have a big amount of tier 14s and you just want to transfer them all to mesas so that you can farm this strat, the Horizon Orbs are going to cost you 1 Chaos Orb per 3, and you have about a 1 in 13 chance of hitting Mesa. However, after you've used a Horizon Orb, because you now have one of the options, it's then a 1 in 12 after that. So we're just going to pretend it's a 1 in 12 chance, which means that essentially the cost to roll each map is 4c on average. So that's our Horizon Orb cost. If we're doing it, as you can see, it's much cheaper than buying all the maps at 10c each. You can just pick them up for 4c each this way. Our profit's a lot higher, and then our profit per hour is 4 exalts per hour, roughly. Actually, no, this is closer to 5 exalts per hour with the increased exalt price. But overall, I would say this isn't really worth it unless you find Cirrus fun. The reason is because doing 3 Cirruses per hour is very, very unlikely to happen. Even though I got a 19-minute time and a 21-minute time, the reality is that it required my full focus, and it's just too unsettling to play that focus for such a long period of time. So this is 5 hours basically here, and you're unlikely to be able to maintain your focus to that level for 5 hours at a time. And once your focus slips, the amount of time it takes to spawn Cirrus just skyrockets. And this would realistically be a lot lower, and it's entirely possible if we repeated this experiment, I would have made even less money. I think the Cortexes here are kind of inflating it, and we happen to get like a bunch of half-decent Awakened Gems. Obviously, if I'd hit Awakened GMP or Awakened Castle and Crit or something like that, we'd be looking at totally different data, and 15 Cirruses is far too small a sample size to draw a fair conclusion here. So basically, the answer here is basically just, if you enjoy Cirrus, this is something you can do, right? But if you don't really enjoy Cirrus, it's not something I would really recommend at the end of the day. This is very limited data. You know, if we had done 150 Cirruses, that still may not be enough to get a good reading on whether exactly it's worth it or not. But as you can see from here, even stretching the numbers, you're not even making 5 exalts per hour. So, which means basically regular Alk and Go is probably going to end up netting you about the same amount of money, but it's much more relaxed. And you could, if you were trying to maximize the amount of profit per hour you could get from Alch and Go, and if you were focusing this hard, it would probably be a lot higher than this, right? So yeah, that's pretty much the video. Not much else to say here. I just wanted to share my findings with all you guys, since some of you have been asking me about this. Some of you popped into stream and asked what we were doing and why we were doing it, and this is basically the answer.